Great team win. And just kind of a little bit of, I thought our guys played well. We shot the ball well. But I think in the last 5 games, we shot the ball well. 50+% as a team. Great job shooting 3 ball today. But I think for us is understanding that in order for us to have a high level of success on offense, we got to flow through Mike. Whether he's getting the ball or not, whether he's shooting the ball, he's a very selfless player, and all he wants to do is win and succeed. So let's go through him. They don't send a double, then we'll go to Mike to the buzzer sounds. They send a double, be ready to play and be ready to make plays. And we've done that, but we spent a lot of time with our guards shooting in transition. Some might think some of those shots were theirs or deep, but those are shots he practiced. Because oftentimes with his size, they'll hover on him, so that might be the shot you have to take. So he spent time shooting that shot. But yeah, I just thought our guys played well as a team. But man, the last 2 weeks it's been there, and I just told the guys, just stay resilient, just stay right there. And to come back and practice and to bring your heart, that's a hard thing to do when you're struggling, losing games. You hadn't been together for years to understand how we get out of this. You're still looking around, is it worth it? If you've never been in that position before, if you've never learned how to dig and fight out of that, but they found a way to fight out of that. So I'm so happy for the guys. And I just said, man, in order to be who you want to be, the team you want to be, it's going to take patience. I know, and you get tired of hearing it, and I probably sound like a broken record sometimes, but I've been around the block. I said it's going to take patience, it's going to take time, and you got to have a lot of love in what you're doing. You got to love this thing because this, when you lose like that, it hurt. You got to pick yourself out of the bed and just keep going. You got to go to class. You got to do the right things. I said, never. If I catch you in the classroom with a hood on, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with a hood, but that means, what are you hiding from? You got to take that loss like a man, learn from it, keep pushing forward. And that's the beauty of fighting in life. And I think our guys have that, and we still got ways to go, but I think now we can get on the other side. I just told them, guys, you're as good as anybody in this league. I don't care what happened, where you started, you're as good as anybody in the league. And I think we've proven that, but I just said don't be afraid to go ahead and win now. And I think we did it today.
What kind of feeling did you get from the guys? Is it relief? Just kind of what is it when you feel?
I think so. But again, and not to point at this guy, that guy. If you haven't done a lot of winning at a high level and led in winning, and scratched and clawed and every day winning, been a part of high-level winning, then you don't know what it is. You don't know what that feel like. And then all of a sudden, so the comfort levels would be the point, whether I point at you and say, oh, it's his fault, whether I say it or not, verbally or not, I look at you, it's the same thing. So you got to go through it and know what that pain feels like. You learn from it, now you're able to push forward. But they're happy, they're excited in the locker room. It's hard. It's hard to win, and Mose's coming, because he's the one true point. But the stuff is admirable between Vince, Chase, Zaxton to be able to play the point. And you can sit there and say, "Well, coach, that's your fault. You should have recruited more point guards." Oh, that's fair. I'll take that. But to find a way to keep coming, I'm gonna play this position. I'm gonna guard this fast point guard and do all that. That's a lot, man. And I know it don't show up in the win column, but the growth in these young men has been phenomenal.
What have you seen from Zaxton and his growth throughout his freshman season?
He's made great strides, but he's also a student. He understands. But I think the biggest thing, that's why I laugh when you take him off the ball. I think that consumed him. Now, he's better because of it, having to be the point guard for so long. But to be able to guard point guards and then guard those guys fast, strong, experienced guys, getting hit with ball screens, that's the part that people don't talk about when you're a point guard. You got to get hit with a lot of ball screens, and you got to be able to brace them, and sometimes it can be painful. So a lot of those guys spend a lot of time in the ice bath. But to take him off the ball, now he can catch and shoot this floor, he can play. And now he's better at making decisions because he's been able to run the point. So, yeah, but he spends a lot of time in the gym. And so you get out of this thing what you put into it, yes.
Coach, for you guys to finally get this winning breakthrough, right, and get these guys to start learning how hard it is to win. You get to celebrate for a couple of days, but how do you get their attention right back for you and I?
Nothing changed with me. It's all the same. Win or lose, all the same to me. Locked and loaded, take care of the task at hand. It's how you approach it. But they also know what bad days feel like. So now they want to try to stay on the other side of this thing and to win ball games. And I could tell you, I truly feel no matter what game we played in the league play, I felt like we can win it, home or road. It's just getting our guys to consistently understand what it takes to win it. we probably, come up short in a game like this. We turn the ball over against the press, and all of a sudden stuff happens. But you're at home. You feel good. You're making shots. You got to find a way to be strong with the ball, win the game, drive. You're going to press me. I'm driving the ball. I'm down. You throw it every time down until you get off that press, and we make plays. And it's just being resilient defensively, getting stopped. Just because you go up 20 doesn't mean you don't stop. You got to keep getting stops. Keep getting stops. And but that's the approach when you go from I say this respectfully, from a boy to a man. That's the growth and the mindset. Yeah.
We've talked a lot about different steps of growth throughout this losing streak, whether it's maturing, accountability, just a lot of different things throughout all this. Just what was it about this group that improved on all that and never gave up when, a lot of teams around the country might have?
Man, then I wouldn't be coaching them. And I don't know what that means, give up. That means we'd have been playing with 6 guys. And no, you got to find yourself a new school. I can't. That means hard is too much for you. Who are you that you're bigger than losing? Who are you? And if you're that good, it help us win. No, I don't. My mind can't comprehend that means losing, quitting, giving up. You got to find yourself a new school. No disrespect, but I don't know what that means. I would not allow my mind to think differently.
Well, what is it about these kids? You've talked so highly about them for.
Well, I think it starts with the upbringing, their parents and all that. Whether it's single parent, 2-parent, grandmother raising, that's first and foremost. Phenomenal job in the classroom. If I'm not mistaken, the numbers and I think we're probably the first 1 or 2 highest GPA in basketball since they started dating back maybe 20, 30 years ago. So all of that, man, these are wonderful guys. You enjoy being with them. I remember hearing Dick Bennett, the dad, years ago when I was assistant coach at Purdue. He did a clinic, and he talked about in building a program, I'd rather have guys I can lose with, and it just because we can live to fight another day, and we'll grow in that. And again, we talk about planting the seeds, man. We watered the seed today, and it's starting to sprout. That's what it's about, man. This program will win. We'll win at a high level. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just you have to go through it, and I'm glad to be the man to be a part of going through it. A lot of people shy away from it, can't run from it. Hey, man, who am I not to go through it?
Is suit coat part of the Coaches versus Cancer weekend, or did you do this?
Yes. And Big Mike said, Coach, you need to wear that suit every day. I said, I thought I was done for suits forever, but yes. And obviously, I battled cancer, so I certainly understand what it means.
Coach, I know you said before that there are things that you see about the team that are really special that maybe others don't see. Obviously, today we saw a lot.
Yeah.
What is maybe one thing that you are most happy that everyone got to see?
They're fighters, man. But you watch, man. We've lost games. We lost Indiana State. Oh, man. They're fighters. They're resilient. They don't give up, man. We can't give up. Man, if you're able to do that and consistently do it in your life, you have a very successful life. Because everybody's going to go through something in life, whether they're short or not. I make it my business. And when losing games, you're going to see me in the grocery store. You're going to see me everywhere, and you're going to see my eyes. I'm not one of those guys. I've never experienced at this level, but man, you will see me. I go to the gas station to get coffee when I normally get in the office, but I want you to see me. And that's why I say to our guys, you got to be able to take that like a man. And there's the beauty, and there's a victory in losing. If you can take it like a man, you'll be running the rest of your life. Not me.
You've spoken about just getting one, and then more will follow.
Yes.
Just what you see in tonight's game that can bring over to Northern Iowa, can bring over to the rest of the rest of February.
The same thing I've seen the last 4 or 5 games. Just the consistency, defending. Like I told the guys from day one, and I think in today's climate, defense in basketball is almost like football. Your offense, well, you got to play defense. It's like, no, you have to play defense in basketball. And it has to be a part of you. You think about it, when you training a guy, no trainer works on defense. So again, it's like, man, this is how we're going to win ball games. When you're talking about size, you're talking starting 6'2", 6'3", 6'2.5", 6'5", 6'4". That's your starting lineup. So we got to fight to keep that ball out of the paint to give us a chance. we have to fight to keep that ball in paint. So that means you got to be able to move your feet. You got to guard the guy. You got to pressure the ball. You got to guard him too. You got to pressure him. You can't let him get in the paint. That's exhausting. And then we got to practice. And then you still got to work on your individual game. That's another 30, 45 minutes every day. That becomes a way of life. Then you see success, and you'll see it at a high level.